Hi lovelies, you are welcome to my channel. My name is Akurede Adenike. In this tutorial today, you will be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful pinafore top with 720-degree peplum. Now let's get into it. These are the fabric I'm making use of. I have Ankara fabric here, which is one of the African print, and I'm going to use this very soft interfacing for my top today. Now I'm going to start by folding the fabric that I'm going to need for my upper part out by spreading my fabric out. So here is the fabric I'm needing for the upper part. I'm cutting the back part first. Here is the right side of my fabric. I'm going to fold it into two like this and mark my starting point by rolling a straight line here. So this is my shoulder line now, which is my starting point. From there, I'm going to measure the length of my upper part out. The length of my upper part is my half length, which is 17 inches. I'm deducting 2 inches from it. The remaining one will give me 15 inches. So from here to here now is 15 inches. That 2 inches will be for my band because I'm adding band to my top. So I'm going to join the points to form a straight line. So on this line, I'm going to input half of my shoulder there. My shoulder is 15 inches divided by 2 will give me 7.5 inches. For the top I'm making today, I'll just deduct 1 inch from that 7.5 inches. That will be 6.5 inches, which is here. So on my waistline, I'm going to input half of my nipple to nipple measurement there, which is 3.5 inches and is here. So I'll go ahead and connect from here to here slantly, just like this. So after that, on my shoulder line, I'm going to input my neck width, which is 3 inches. If you are a plus size person, you can make it 3.5 inches. From here, I'm going to mark 1 inch for my neck depth for the back part. So after that, I'm going to connect it with my free hand, just like this. So after connecting my neckline, I'm going to come here, mark 1 inch downward for my shoulder slope. I'm going to connect slantly like this. So after connecting, I'll just add ½ inch all through this shape for my seam allowance, just like this. And I'm going to cut it out. Now I'm done with the back part, as you can see. So I'm going to fold another fabric for my front part. But before doing that, I'll just use pin to hold this one down because I'm using the back to cut the front part. There is another fabric for my front part. I folded it into 2 parts. So I'm going to place my back on it just for me to cut it out easily. But before that, I'm going to mark ½ inch on the center front here for my seam allowance because my front is 2 pieces. So I'm going to place my back on that line now and cut it out. If you're a beginner, please make sure you use pin to hold your fabric down to avoid unnecessary stress. Fold it, make sure it's aligned on the line before you cut it out, please. I'm using pin to hold it down. After holding it down with pin, I'll just cut it out like this. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for you to be notified each time I upload new video. So I'll go ahead and mark here on my front part for me to mark out my neckline. So I'll just mark 3 inches plus ½ inch shoulder joining. Now I added ½ inch shoulder joining on the back part, so I'm going to add it on the front part. That will make it 3.5 inches from the shoulder line. So I'm going to connect just like this with the curved side of my roller. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. Now I'm done with the front part and this is the back part. So I'm using this to cut the other fabric. As you can see, I'm done cutting all the pieces that I needed out for the top. Here is the front part and here is the back part. I'm moving on to the peplum now. Now here is the fabric I'm using for the peplum. As you can see, to know the amount of fabric putting on fold for the peplum, I'm going to deduct my half length from the full length of my top, which is 24 inches. My half length is 17 inches. If I deduct it from 24 inches, it will give me 7 inches. So 7 inches is going to be the length of my peplum, and I'm going to get my radius as well. To get that, I'm going to, I said I'm cutting out 720 of peplum, so I'm going to divide my waist into 2. My waist is 30. If I divide it by 2, it will give me 15 inches. So that 15 inches, I'm going to divide it by 6.28, which is the formula to get full circle, and it's going to be 2.38, approximately 2.4 inches. So I'll go ahead and add 7 inches, which is the normal length of my peplum, to that 2.4 inches. It will now give me 9.4 inches. I'm going to add 1 inch for seam allowance to it, so I have more than enough here, folded into 4. As you can see, here is the right side of my fabric. Just fold it into 2 like this and fold it again to make it into 4 places. So after folding into 4, I'm going to measure my radius out from the tip of my peplum here, the folded edge, which is 2.4 inches. I'm going to mark it round, dot it round, and connect it just like this. After connecting my radius, I'm going to measure the length of my peplum, which is 7 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance, and I'm going to connect it round. So I'm cross-checking before cutting. Make sure you do so to avoid unnecessary stress. So after cutting the black fabric, I'm going to use it to cut the other peplum. Place it very well, let it align on each other before cutting the lemon fabric. Now I'm done cutting. As you can see, I have 2 pieces of the black and 2 pieces of the lemon. So I'll go ahead and cut the interfacing for all the pieces I have and iron them. And here is my band, as you can see. So like I said, I'm using 2 inches for the length of my band plus 1 inch seam allowance. So I have 3 inches here for the length, and times 3 of my waist is the width of my band. And here is the second part of the band, as you can see. So I'll go ahead now and iron interfacing to all the pieces I have here. I'm done ironing my interfacing. As you can see, this is my upper part. I have both front and back here, and this is my peplum as well. I have 4 pieces of the peplum here, 2 pieces of the black and 2 pieces of the lemon. So I'm going to put it aside. Here is my band, 2 pieces of the band. So I'll go ahead and place it like this. Here is the back part, and I'm going to place the front on top it like this for me to join the 2 shoulders. Let the right side face each other and stitch the shoulders with ½ inch. I'm doing the same thing on the second part of it, which is the lemon fabric. So here is my peplum. I'll just fold it into 2. I'm folding into 2 like this. I have 2 pieces of the lemon, so I'm cutting it together on one side, just like this. I'm going to do the same thing on the black fabric. Cut one side of it. So after cutting, I'll just spread it out and place it on each other like this. Let the right side face each other and stitch with ½ inch. I'm doing the same thing on the second part, on the black fabric. So I'm done joining the 2 shoulders, as you can see. So I'll go ahead now and open the shoulders and iron it flat, just like this. Open it up like this and iron it flat. Doing the same thing on the second shoulder, and I'm going to do the same thing on the second fabric as well. So after ironing the shoulders flat, I'm going to place it like this. Place the other fabric on top it like this. Let the right side face each other and stitch the side from here to the second part, just like this. I'm stitching from here to through the neckline, and I'm going to stitch the second side just like this with ½ inch. Now I'm going to move on to the peplum. So I'm done joining the two pieces to form one piece each of the fabric, as you can see. So I'll go ahead and place it on each other like this for me to shape one side of my peplum. Just place it like this. This is the side I joined together. So the open edge is the place I'm shaping out to make it look a little bit sexier at the front part. So I'll just shape it like this and cut it out. So after cutting, I'm going to spread it out and stitch. Just watch what I'm doing. It's very simple to make. So I'll just spread it out and place it on each other. Let the right side face each other like this and stitch the bottom with ½ inch from this edge to the second edge here with ½ inch. So I'm done joining the two fabric, as you can see. So I'll go ahead and trim the excess fabric if there is. So after trimming the excess fabric, I'll go ahead and turn it to the right side. But before turning to the right side, I'm going to notch the neckline with ¼ inch. Do not let the sewing touch, do not let the notching touch the sewing, please. Just turn it to the right side like so, and make sure all the angles are out very well. You can use scissors to bring the angles out, just to make it out very well. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for you to be notified each time I upload new video. So after turning to the right side, this is what I have. As you can see, I'll go ahead and give it a good press to make it beautiful and neat. So I'm moving ahead to my peplum. Here's it. I'm done stitching the bottom of it with ½ inch, as you can see. So I'll go ahead and notch the bottom of my peplum all round. After notching, I'm going to turn it to the right side and give it a good press. Just turn it like so and give it a good press. Now I'm done with the ironing. As you can see, it's very nice and beautiful. Here is my peplum. Look how neat and beautiful it is. And this is the upper part of the top. As you can see, it's very nice and beautiful. This is my band as well. I added interfacing on one part of the band, and I folded ½ inch on one side of the band, as you can see. So I'll go ahead now and find the middle of my peplum for me to join my band to it. So I'm going to find the middle of my band as well. I folded one side, so the side that I'm not folding, I'm going to find the middle of it. So that is where I'm going to place on my peplum. Just fold it into two like this and find the middle. You can either notch it or chalk it out. So I'll just notch it like this. I'm doing the same thing on the second part of the band. Fold it into two and notch the center. So after notching both band, I'm going to place them on the peplum. Just let the center align on each other. Let the right side face each other like so, and pin them down before stitching. So guys, if you are watching me till this moment and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please do so now, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for you to be notified each time I upload new video. And let me know in the comment section where you are watching me from so that I can give you a hug in my next video. So I'll continue pinning till I get to the edge. before stitching. Please, if you are a beginner, always pin down your fabric before any stitching to avoid unnecessary stress. So I'll just continue pinning till I reach the edge, like this, till I reach here. So after all the pinning, I'm going to place it like this and start my stitching from here through the peplum till the second edge here with ½ inch. I'm done stitching, as you can see. Look how beautiful it is. I'll go ahead and give it a good press. After giving it a good press, I'll mark the center here, the center of my band. You know, I folded this place with ½ inch to make it easier for me. So I'll just place I'm going to find the middle of my upper part like this. Here is the back part of it. I'll just find the middle like this and place it on that ½ inch that I folded in on my band. And please do not let the upper part exceed that ½ inch that I folded on my band to avoid unnecessary stress. I'm just making the center on my band visible before placing my upper part on it. So I will go ahead and turn this place inside out like this. Just make sure the edges out very well. I'm going to start my stitching from this edge by folding it like this. You know, I've already folded ½ inch all through and iron it out to make it easier for me. So I'm going to fold, I'm going to bring this side out as well. After doing all that, I'm giving it a good press. After giving it a good press, so I'll go ahead and place my center back on my center band, just like this, like I explained. This is the ½ inch that I folded in. Place it on it. Do not let it exceed it, please, to avoid unnecessary stress, just like this. I'm placing this one too on it like this with that ½ inch that I folded in, and I'm going to use pin to hold it down, just like this. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please do so now, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for you to be notified each time I upload new video. So after holding it down at the back part here, I'm moving on to the front part. Just turn it like this to make it easier. So I just fix my front part in like this and let the front part align with the peplum, please. Just watch me as I'm doing it. And do not let it exceed that ½ inch that I folded on my band, like so. Here's the ½ inch that I folded. Just place it on it like this. Do not let it exceed, please. And let it align before pinning it down and stitch to avoid unnecessary stress. So I'll go ahead and pin it down now before moving on to the second part. So I'll go ahead to the second part now, do the same thing. Place it like so and let it align with the peplum before pinning it down and stitch. Now after pinning all the necessary area, I'll go ahead and start my stitching from here, from the first edge here to the second edge, just like this. I'm going to top stitch on it. You know, I've already folded ½ inch in, so I'm going to top stitch on it from here, just like this, through the peplum till the second edge. Continue top stitching through the peplum till I reach the second edge. After top stitching, I'll come and show you the finishing look of it, guys. Here is the finishing look of it, guys. If my tutorial has been helpful to you, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel to support my channel. If you have any question pertaining to cutting and sewing, you can join me on my Facebook group, Details to Sewing, created by Akorede Adenike. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Akorede Adenike. Please show some love by liking and following my page on Facebook at Akorede Adenike Sewing Tutorial. Till I see you in my next video, guys. Stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.